This problem asks us to graph the equation, and it's going to give us the x values to put in. Okay, we have our t table over here on the left. It wants us to plug in a -3, a -2, a -1, a 0, a 1, a 2, and a 3. And that's going to start to show us what this shape looks like. So this is actually like 7 problems all in one problem. And all we have to do is we have to take the x values here and we plug them in for this x right here. And we're going to do them one at a time. Okay, you can feel free to, if you have your notebook and your pencil out and you want to try to work these out while I'm doing it, you want to try to beat me to the answers, go for it. I'll shrink this down to where I can only see myself. Okay, so the first one, x is -3. So we're going to plug it in. Y equals x squared minus 1. What we're plugging in for x is -3. Now, it's very important when you put this into your calculator, -3, what do you need to do?
You need to put it in parentheses.
You do,
Parentheses.
you do need to put it in parentheses, okay? Because what this is, it's -3 times -3. What's a negative times a negative?
Positive.
Positive. Now, if you don't put it in parentheses, it's going to give you a positive 9. It's going to take the opposite of 3 squared. Okay, so try it in your calculator with the parentheses and without the parentheses. You'll see if you do -3 squared, it will give you a -9. But if you use the parentheses, it knows that that negative is part of the base that gets that exponent twice. All right, so y is 9 minus 1. What's 9 minus 1? 8. Okay, so this is our first ordered pair. In a minute, we're going to go over to this screen and we're going to graph it. So our first ordered pair is going to be -3, 8. All right, let's plug in the -2. Y equals x squared minus 1. Our x is -2. Okay, -2 squared is going to give me a positive 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. So that goes right here. That's our second ordered pair, -2, 3. Y equals x squared minus 1. And you'll notice that the number I'm plugging in, that -1, which was right here, see how I'm using a different color to plug it in? Okay, that's gonna help you when you go back and look at your notes. You're gonna say, oh, I know exactly where that -1 came from. That must be a number that I put in. All right, -1 squared minus 1. If you put that in your calculator correctly with parentheses, you'll get 1 minus 1 equals 0. Y equals x squared minus 1. Okay, and I know you're, oh, do I really have to write all this down? You know, it only takes a little bit of time to write it down, and that way you get to see what you did. 0 squared minus 1 is 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 is a -1. Anybody get 1 already? Did y'all?
0.
Okay. What'd you get for 1?
0.
0. What'd you get for 2?
3.
3.
3. What'd you get for 3?
8.
8.
8. Okay. Okay. Do y'all want me to write them all out? I will. Everybody got it? Okay. So you see what happens? We plug all these numbers in. You can chat with me. If you don't want to say anything, send me a chat. I will work them out. All right. Yes, Ms. Sherman, I got you. Okay. So that was for something else. So let's go ahead and let's graph. All right. -3, 8. I'm going to graph this in. Let's do brown. Okay. -3, 8. So this is the first one I'm plugging in. Oh, what is that? Try this again. I got it on some kind of weird. Okay, let's not do brown. Let's do red. negative 3, 8. Now this is called an ordered pair. All right, so let's remind me, somebody, of this ordered pair. What is that negative 3? What letter?
X.
That's the X. And what about the 8?
Y.
Is the Y, that's right. Okay, and to help you remember, it's alphabetical, right? X, Y, Z, X comes before Y. So when I go to my graph, on the X-axis, I need to go negative 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, I don't put a point there. I have to go up 8 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is where my point goes, right here at negative 3, 8. Okay, don't stop in the middle. You go back 3, up 8, and that's my point. All right, let's go find the next point is negative 2, 3. All right, and it might help if you have some graph paper or print yourself out some graph paper. Negative 2, 3. We will do a bunch of graphing in this class. All right, negative 1, 0. It's my favorite song. All right, negative 1, 0. 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1. I go 0 in the X direction, and I go negative 1 in the Y direction. Okay, and you're starting to see how this smiley face shape is going to happen. 1, 0. Right here. 2, 3. And 3, 8. Okay. Now, for your homework, you're not going to have to graph this. You can. There is going to be like a little parabola tool where you grab the vertex and a point to graph. But this one's going to be multiple choice in the homework. Okay, it's going to come over. And the important thing here is, where is this point called the vertex? You see this vertex down here? All right, so we know now that X squareds give us either a smiley face if they're positive, or if they're negative, they're going to give us a frowny face. All right, pretty much. Smiley face, frowny face. They do go on forever. And one thing that I need to point out is, when you look at this, X squared minus 1, your normal X squared is going to look like this, right? What do you think that minus 1 is doing to this blue graph?
Moving it down 1.
Exactly. Okay. So moving these graphs up and down, left and right, is something that we're going to learn. Okay. So right now we're just picking the points. We tell them what we see, but later you're going to find out what something like this means, right? If it was a +1, where do you think it would move that graph?
And go up 1.
Yes. Okay. And there's also ways to move it to the right, move it to the left, stretch it, shrink it. All right. Any questions on this one? You can chat me questions if you want. All right. If not, you can send me a chat. We're good, ready to go, ready to move. Okay, we're only doing 2 different types of problems today. This is one of them. All right, let's move to the next one.